What's up everyone, MJS back again with another video here. I'm in my garage here and I had a bit of a problem with the interior doors in our new house. And I just wanted to make a quick little clip to show you how I am fixing this problem. There's probably millions of other ways to fix this problem, but let me kind of show you what we're working with here and show you how I'm deciding to fix it. Okay, so here we have just a pretty standard, I would assume, interior door. I believe it's like, kind of hollow on the inside. We got the two hinges, everything like that. Over here we have the doorknob. That's what we'll be talking about in a second. Pretty standard. However, one part of it that didn't seem to be standard is like the diameter of the doorknob hole. Now, they do sell like little jig things that you just kind of like put on here. I had a plastic one you can screw into here, and then it just kind of sits there, and you adjust like how much back set you want and just drill through there. That might work. If you have that, give it a shot. All I found though is the plastic ones are pretty bad. They like move all over the place, and it's just difficult when you already have a hole. If there was nothing here, if this was just, we're just trying to drill a new hole, this wouldn't be that difficult of a process. But when you already have like a 2-inch diameter hole and you want it to be a little bit bigger, like 2 1/8 or whatever the standard is, because it just doesn't fit in there. General levers nowadays don't fit in there. It's kind of a bit of an issue. So this is what I've devised, and I kind of saw some other people do it. I think we kind of put slightly our own spin on here. So I have this door just resting on these little horses here. I want a 2 3/8 inch back set from, like, as you can see on like your, and use whatever you want. So if you want 2 3/4, maybe you can do that, 2 3/8, whatever. But just know that like you're gonna make this hole a little bigger, so you want it to still stay like a circle. Luckily, these are pretty close to 2 3/8. So all I've done is I took a scrap piece of like, OSB here or whatever. Take this, I measure from like one of the straight sides, 2 3/8. I drill a hole with just like a regular, I think it's like a 1/4-inch bit or whatever. And you have one of these, your little hole saw that is appropriate, like the appropriate size. So in our case, I believe it's 2 1/8. Whatever the actual thing is to the size of the hole supposed to be. You slide this guy over here. This is where I get a little bit just, eyeballish here. I just kind of line this up. They'll just keep the straight edge on the door. This has worked for me for a few other ones, a few other doors that I've had to do this with. So I keep this straight edge on this door right here, just all level right here, flush. And then this hole, I just kind of line up. Really, I'm going to be honest with you, this is exactly what I do. I get down on the ground, and I kind of look up, and I just make sure that this hole, it's okay if you're looking straight. It's okay if the hole, and what you really probably end up wanting, depending on your measurements, this hole's probably going to move this way slightly, right? More in towards the door, because it's going to get bigger. The center of the hole is going to move that way. What you kind of want, though, is you want the hole left and right here as we're looking. You want that to be kind of centered. So adjust it accordingly. You could use something more precise than this method if you want, but that's what I've been doing, and it's kind of been working. And then all I do is I have some of these clips here, and I just clamp this down, and then I just take my little hole saw bit, and I drill right through. And the only thing that I can tell you there is make sure you go backwards first to kind of like burn in a line, even if you're using this, just because it kind of like helps. It doesn't like move around as much. And then you just drill straight through. Try to be a little easy when you come out the other side. One tip I probably should have told you is this is the front side of the door. I don't know if it really matters, but that's maybe actually might be better the other way. I'm not sure, but just kind of give it a test and see what you think. But yeah, that's how I fixed this problem, and it's worked on a few other ones, so I'm gonna give this one a try now. Okay, so I want to document these woes real quick. So context is Amanda wants Minnie to come to the house, obviously, and this door is not on, and I got to deal with the office door and everything like that. But I was gonna put this door on yesterday, and I put it up, and I have like it's chilling over there. I got the hinges on it, whatever, and I put it over here, and I was thinking a couple things. One, I'm not sure if it's actually like short enough. Like I don't know if it's cut at the bottom enough to clear this new gap that we've kind of created here, this new height. because it was just like this before. Obviously, it wasn't painted up like this, but it was just the hardwood. And there's like a transition strip there, but there was nothing, like it was literally just a transition strip. It's kind of funny. It was just this and this. Also, I wonder if you can hear that. Yeah, that's the fucking boiler pipes and shit like that. Still need to deal with that. But the there was nothing here. It was literally looked just like this, and that door was there. So what I'm saying is the gap has been reduced and the height of the floor has been, increased. So hopefully that fits. That's not a big problem. I could cut the door or whatever. But the other thing that I was thinking was, if we're gonna put this door back on, I kind of want to finish this little area here because we kind of just taped it off, and I'm sure this is getting fucked up down here because we've definitely stepped on it and such. So I have a few things, and this is like a very complex situation that I need to finish here. Obviously, I need to put boards to the kitchen there. We're not going to do anything with the kitchen just yet, like remodel and all that sort of shit. But when we do, ideally, there would be no transition. It would just be like the rest of the house. The entire thing here would be all Brooks Oak, this LVP. And then the same thing here. I have to do this because I just didn't transition anything. But again, temporary transition here, and then when we would do all of the rest of the stuff, it would be, transitionless, just like all the other rooms. Now that in and of itself, not difficult. I could get the floor to there. It's pretty simple. I think you just leave a little bit of room there. You get this little piece of transition stuff that I have to buy right now, which is why I turned this camera on. And then you screw the little, it's like a little piece of metal. It's like a U piece of metal strip. You screw that in and you snap the transition on there and it looks good. So that's for that. And the other side into the kitchen, that would be pretty straightforward, not too daunting of a task. There's a few other things though. One, there's a piece of quarter round that was underneath, was right by that door there. And you can kind of maybe see like sort of where it was. It was just under there on that hardwood. It's currently chilling up there by our mailbox, one of those pieces. And that is, brown or whatever. We'd want to paint it probably black to match the floor, but again, we'd have to do that. And then I'm not sure how to really adhese that per se onto the thing. Maybe the other thing would be to put some end molding. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to do that with LVP. That's not a huge concern of mine because I could probably figure something out there. But yeah, not ideal, the situation there. Got to figure that out. That's a little complex issue. And then also in here, I need to run the floor into here, which would be, no transition or anything. But that's a big pain in the ass because these guys were fucking idiots. And then, I can't get that quarter round out really that easily because of that whole situation there because they just decided they were going to put that there. So that's a whole little weird thing. Those aren't my real problems, though. My real problems actually start when I think about all this solution. I think about how much transition I need and everything. And then I think, okay, the biggest issue, let's say that we did all that, we did that transition strip, it was done, and then we go to change the kitchen in like a year or so, and we rip that up, and it's no transition anymore. It'd almost be like a temporary solution. That's no problem. The problem that I have is I have no idea what rate. I have no idea what to do right here, because if we put these boards down to the edge, then we have to do some sort of like stair nose thing, and I'm not against that because I don't really want carpeted stairs, but at the same time I'm not exactly sure, like that's a little bit more of an endeavor. Like they sell like a little piece of something that you can put right at the end, they have all different types of stuff like that, but I'm not sure what to do, what ultimately I'm going to do with this whole situation. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is that, I had another idea. My other idea was to take it to like right here, this like little transition strip thing. Like, so we'd have, you'd have boards coming down like this, just like this, and they'd stop right here. I would cut them, all in a line right here, and then I'd just put another one of them little transition things. So it'd be like a transition into the kitchen, and then a transition into like, a couple inches of hardwood, and then we'd go down like this. The problem with that, though, is if I did that right now, and then in a year or so, like we mess with these stairs or whatever, like this is, I'm going to have a real problem because if I were to rip that up, like, I'm going to have a problem regardless because over there I'm going to have to like pull that board up and put a new one in because it's not going to have the little edge of the locking system. I'm just saying, like, this is very annoying, and this is like where it gets like really shitty to not do everything at once because then you know you're just going to be in for like more work later, because you have to like rip shit up and make things like, I don't know, better suited for what you're trying to do, or like actually make them make them happen the way you want to. So I don't know, and I don't know, man, it's not gonna be happy, because like if I were to order these transition strips, like I wouldn't get them until like I think next week anyway. So I don't know, that's where I'm at. Small little areas causing weird stupid problems, but I mean, other than that, we're doing pretty good. So I don't know, we'll see what happens here. All right, today is February 10th. I don't remember the last time I filmed anything like this, but I'm working on a door here. Not that door, actually, this basement stairs door here. And I just figured I'd talk about it a little bit. So I think at some point here in these other episodes and on my Instagram and stuff, I talked about how I made these door knob holes bigger because that was important in order to fit our beautiful knobs in there, our new levers rather. So I did that. That's not too big of a deal, but this has been interesting, the hinge situation on these doors, because we replaced all the hinges with these black ones, and this is the issue that I'm kind of running into on some of the doors. They're pretty much all good now for the most part, but as you can see here, this one doesn't have all the screws in, but there's like, I don't know if I can get it on camera, but there's like a little bit of a, it's not completely flush, right? So what seems to be the case, and I don't exactly know because I didn't like check this on the, before I, took the door off months ago or whenever, but I think that these hinges, they're the same size and everything like that, like length, width and all that. But right here, I want to say the thickness of the metal is not as thick as the old one, because I think that this is all supposed to be flush. Now, I don't think it's the end of the world, but what happens, it seems like when you have that all over the door, is that you go to shut the door and it gives you a little bit of this, and that's, again, not the end of the world, because you could probably latch that, shut and it would work. But there's a little bit more to that story. This hinge right here is a spring hinge. So like, we can make it more tense and the door will kind of like stay, shut, or at least, in that direction, it'll stay, oops, hit my little lever on the ground there, but it'll at least stay like, pushed that way, right? Like it'll close on its own. So if that's going to be the case, then I obviously wanted to shut a little better. I have the same exact situation over on the office. The point that I'm making, the reason I picked up this camera and what I wanted to show, is what I did in the office was found a trick from another YouTuber. Actually, probably not a YouTuber. It was like 12 years ago. The guy just made a random video, but he put just a piece of cardboard right behind this hinge. So like I said, I already did this once, but what I'm gonna do is I'm literally gonna use the cardboard from the box that the lever came in, and I'm gonna cut this down to size to fit right in here, like, right behind this hinge part where the holes are. And then I'm gonna stick it in there, and then I'm gonna put the hinge over it. So you won't see the cardboard, anything like that, it'll be fine, but it will give it a little bit more, thickness here. And hopefully if I do that on at least here and here, I think though I might have to do it on all, like, I might have to do it on all four, like this side, and then also here and here. I don't know, we will see, but hopefully that makes this a little bit better. And if I can get it to close like really well and not like bounce at all, that would be great. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, so I have an update on this door here. So this is the finished product. It looks beautiful. If you open it like halfway, it actually closes on its own. That's amazing. Tighten the spring up here so it would do that. I highly recommend these things, by the way. Pretty easy to deal with, and they're just like, you don't have to do anything extra, and it literally looks like the exact same as a regular black hinge. So Amanda's making a lot of noise in the kitchen right now, but she's getting ready for Minnie. Just getting the old side of this living room together. And I know I haven't showed anything because, like I said, I haven't picked up the camera in a while, but we got a lot of new shit. It's looking pretty cool in here. We got shades, we got speakers mounted back there. We got these end tables. This is attachments to our beautiful new Shark Vertex vacuum cleaner. I'll have links for everything in the description. We're gonna have a big page of all the shit that we have. A lot of thought and time has gone into kind of doing all these different things. So yeah, we got the television, soundbar, all that stuff. But yeah, this is the last door that we needed to put on up here. So it looks great. And to just comment on that real quick, I put a little bit of cardboard behind on this side. You can kind of maybe barely see it back there. And then I put actually cardboard on both sides down here. And that was actually kind of a little bit of a mistake because at first it was kind of hitting a little bit over here on this side. It kind of pushed it out a little too much actually. But I just made sure to screw it in a little tighter because this is just such a pain in the ass dealing with like screwing in hinges when they've already been screwed in multiple times. You just tend to strip them and everything. But this is pretty cool. We definitely need some lighting down here because it doesn't look terribly dark on here, but it's fucking dark. Like, it's annoying. So, but that's a door. Hopefully the upstairs will actually be warmer now. Not like warmer. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Actually, it probably doesn't make any sense because warm air is probably going down into here. Maybe it'll even be colder down here now. I don't know. I have to bleed this boiler and do all sorts of other shit. But as far as the upstairs goes, this is on here now. One other thing too, actually, while I'm standing here. Comment on this gap here. It's a good thing that we have this gap here because this must have been the exact same gap that was here before because there was nothing, like it was just this hardwood floor that's here. But we are going to need to have, like, it's a good thing we had this clearance with this, for this floor because that's going to be my next job here to finish this area once our little transition strips come that we ordered for right here. And then a stair nose type thing. I have no idea. But downstairs is going to be a whole nother series of fucking videos. Because that's going to be a pain. But yeah, I got another transition thing coming here. So that's what we got. A lot of things coming along. But as I said, obviously I haven't picked up... Hi. I haven't picked up a lot of... I haven't picked up the camera a lot. But we definitely got a lot more stuff coming out. I'm trying to catch up on the videos that I do have. And then also, we have a whole downstairs to do, so we're not stopping anytime soon. We got a lot of stuff coming, but I'm glad we got that door on there.